The Laspistol is the pistol version of the Lasgun, and like that weapon fires a coherent beam of energetic photons that can burn through most materials. The Laspistol is powered by a miniature power pack that is usually placed within the grip. The Laspistol is used most often by officers or commissars of the Astra Militarum in conjunction with a close combat weapon, often a chainsword or power sword. The Laspistol was specifically intended to allow the user to fire one-handed and wield a melee weapon in the other hand. The Laspistol is also a favored weapon of tech priest-engineers and sanctioned psychers. The Laspistol is capable of producing the same amount of damage in a skilled user's hands as the Lasgun. Yet it has drastically reduced range as compared to its variant rifle form. The Laspistol lacks the Lasgun's selective fire options, having only the ability to fire single shots. There is little standardization in the design of Laspistols across the Imperium of Man, and most human worlds produce their own unique versions. These designs are distinctive enough that they can be used by an expert to determine the pistol's world of origin, despite its lack of killing power compared to the more potent weapons of the Imperial arsenal. The Laspistol remains the favorite sidearm of many an Imperial soldier, for it is rugged, solid, precise, can be used to club an opponent without risk of damage to the weapon. Requires very little maintenance, is not temperamental and will not overheat. An added bonus is that the weapon's power cells can be easily recharged by exposing them to sunlight or thrusting them into a campfire for a few minutes, ensuring that the user is never out of ammunition for long. Acatran MG variant Heavy Laspistol, one of the many Laspistol designs produced on the Forge world of Acatran. Acatran Pattern Mark II Laspistol, another variant of Laspistol produced on Acatran. This heavy Laspistol design utilizes the same power cell as the Acatran pattern Lasgun. This pistol is standard issue to Astra Militarum officers and specialists, and is commonly used amongst Elysian drop troops regiments. The Acatran Mark II emits a more powerful discharge than other Laspistol models. In order to meet the needs of this power-hungry sidearm, the Mark II is designed to accept standard Departamento Munitorum Lasgun power packs. As such, the weapon is heavier than most Laspistols. But its destructive power can make all the difference in a close-quarters encounter. Belasco dueling pistol, while certainly lethal, Belasco dueling pistols more often serve as ostentatious displays of wealth and status than as field weapons. Most can only fire one powerful Las blast before needing a reload, but they are extremely accurate over longer ranges. Belasco Series S Venom Compact Laspistol, an unusual pattern and one befitting the treacherous reputation of its origin world, Malfi. The Venom is a highly compact Laspistol designed for covert use. It takes the shape of a flat disc that is grasped in the hand, with the short barrel emitter projecting between the middle fingers. Fired by applying pressure to a hidden trigger. Eminently concealable, the Venom is an excellent tool for murder and espionage and widely favored both on Malfi and beyond, although it is neither as expensive nor rare as its other local rival, the infamous Marriott pistol. Clovis FP14 twist pistol, poorly manufactured and notoriously unreliable. Clovis Munitorium's FP14 twist pistol has nevertheless found a market among rogue traders, mercenaries, and criminals for one simple reason: it is very small and easily concealed. Fitting neatly into the palm of the hand, the twist pistol is often derided as a toy, but savvy operators in the Coronis Expanse find it useful as a holdout weapon of last resort, insurance against situations that go horribly wrong. The tiny power pack in the weapon is only sufficient for a single lethal blast, but that one shot can sometimes be the difference between life and death. Usually kept in a quick-draw holster strapped to the wrist, the innocuous pistol can be drawn with a simple flick or twist of the wrist, allowing the user to quickly get the drop on any would-be assailants. These weapons can be found at ports of ill repute across the Coronis expanse. Emperor's will officer's Laspistol, mostly seen in the hands of commissars across the Spinward front. This unusual pattern of heavy Laspistol has a fearful reputation not amongst the enemies of the Imperium, but within the Imperial Guard itself. Made for the type of commissar who prefers precision to destruction, simply brandishing an Emperor's will pistol is often enough to keep wayward and cowardly infantry in line. Civitas pattern Laspistol, a simple utility weapon. The Civitas is another model whose origins date back far into Imperial history. The Civitas is both somewhat bulky and inefficient, owing to lower quality components than a military-grade Laspistol, but remains popular due to its ease of manufacture, longevity, and simplicity of maintenance. These pistols are made on almost every major hive world for planetary defense armories and civilian hands. Integrated lathe Laspistol, part weapon system and part bionic replacement. These integrated weapons give the Adeptus Mechanicus guardians of the lathe worlds in the Calixis sector a clear advantage over most conventional forces. Each integrated lathe Laspistol is linked directly to a potentia coil, providing it with a near-endless amount of energy to draw from, and allowing these ancient weapons to deliver punishing volleys of fire without pause. Despite being the smallest of the integrated weapons in standard use among the Crimson Guard, the integrated lathe Laspistol is no less deadly than its larger cousin. It has a good rate of fire and decent penetrative abilities, but lacks the range of the lathe Lasrifle. Cantrell MG Defender Pattern Service Laspistol. This Laspistol is standard issue to non-commissioned officers and officers in the regiments of the Cadian Shock Troops. Lathe Laspistol, the smallest integrated weapon in service to the Crimson Guard. The integrated lathe Laspistol possesses an excellent rate of fire and reasonable penetrative abilities. Mark IV Dervish Laspistol. The Dervish Laspistol was originally created by the Hawks conglomerate in the Calixis sector as a viable Las weapon alternative to the cheap and reliable ballistic slug weapons produced in Gunmetal City on the sector capital world of Scintilla. Although the weapon never truly caught on amongst the criminal underclasses, it did find a market amongst those traveling to frontier worlds or other unexplored locations. The Dervish offers them a combination of reliability and power that is appealing to those who do not have access to a steady supply of bullets. Mars Pattern Mark IV Command Laspistol, presented to Astra Militarum officers when they attain company commands. These are high-powered weapons designed for carefully placed shots at longer ranges. They have an extended barrel and are slightly heavier than the Guard's standard service Laspistols. Solex Pattern 7 Steel Burner Heavy Laspistol, produced by the enigmatic cult Mechanicus sect of Solex. This hugely powerful pattern of Laspistol, described by some as a lash-and cannon, has rapidly garnered a lethal reputation beyond its origins on Fanxworld, where it's the chosen sidearm of the guild retainers of Magnagorsk. Although offered for small-scale trade on Fanxworld, Solex weapons are almost impossible to obtain otherwise, despite the efforts of many including Belasco, Scalenhar and Takara to duplicate the weapon. All have failed. Takara Palatine Compact Laspistol, a superior weapon, thanks to its advanced manufacture. The Palatine loses no stopping power despite being half the size of most military model Laspistols. The Palatine has been produced exclusively for the last century by the Takara Fane of gunmetal. As popular with the Scintillan nobility as it is with hardened mercenaries, the pistol is carried mostly for personal protection, by those that can afford it, and many of the noble scions that own one seek to further embellish their weapons with intricate lacquer work and inlays of precious metals to distinguish their weapons from those of mere tradesmen. A service the Takara also provide for the right fee. Triplex Pattern Fury Assault Laspistol. This rare variant of Laspistol is most often utilized by elite assault squads, and the Fury is the ideal weapon when facing a horde of foes. It fires in short bursts, designed to clear away enemies without slowing the advance.